Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast for February 1st through the 7th of 2016. I'm Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology, very different from mainstream astrology. If you are new to the channel, be sure to click the link for more information. All right, Sagittarius, so this week a lot going on, astrologically speaking, and it can perhaps be a busy week for a lot of us, as you can see here in the transit graph. But it's basically broken down into two parts. We've got the work week here and then the weekend, which are very different aspects from one another. So coming out of last weekend, we still got Mercury squaring up to Uranus. He's still gaining his momentum from that retrograde in your first house. So there's been a lot of changes, I think, with your identity, who you are, your goals in life, whatever these first house things might be, which have been areas of change for you already with Pluto here. But those things are starting to move forward. It's a good week for implementation, particularly implementing anything you've been reflecting on or redoing or thinking about these past few weeks and moving forward with it. These first couple days being patient with the whole thing. Again, integration is really the key with this, and finding where you can have some freedom in your life, maybe with your home, family, past or roots, which is Uranus in that fourth house. And but still, it's taking it slow with the square and one step at a time. Now this Wednesday time period, we do have Mars sextiling up to Pluto, which is quite nice. And so there's this opening for this new motivation, I think, for you to maybe connect to your friends or some group activities, get involved with the community maybe for some of you, maybe follow and pursue your hopes, wishes, and dreams, which are all 11th house things. So Mars is here really motivating that, and I think with the sextile up to Pluto, it's really suggesting that with whatever changes have been occurring with you these past few weeks, it's directly supporting and creating more opportunities, or new opportunities, I should say, to cultivate the more group-oriented or big picture visions in your life. Now that's going to be the probably strongest energy of the week, but the Sun is also going to be sextiling up to Saturn, so there is good self-expression. I think there's good discipline and motivation, and this is particularly for you to cultivate your spiritual life, to maybe get that alone time, to go within, which has been more of a serious connotation with Saturn here, but it is an excellent week with Saturn easily aspected by the Sun like this. So maybe getting that alone time, that spiritual time out, whatever it might be, just doing that more easygoing thing can be quite nice. Also, expressing your values. The Sun's in your second house, so there's a lot of focus and a lot of attention, I think, for you to cultivate the material values of your life, right? The things that matter to you, but mostly on that earthly level. So it could be the finances, it could be that simple meal, the good bath. Really being grateful for what you have can be an excellent focal point. Now, on a minor note, Mercury is going to be sextiling up to Chiron, so we could be feeling quite healed for you, particularly with these new things that have been unfolding with yourself or with your goals or whatnot. And so that could be feeling quite good as a support. So the work week is, pretty open. I mean, these are easy aspects, so it could be some opportunities there around Wednesday. But as we go into the weekend, it's quite different. Venus goes over Pluto, so more changes, but I don't think it's going to be like it has been with that Mercury retrograde over Pluto. Plus, Venus is a much easier energy to work with. So I think you're just, I think discovering a lot about your values, and you could be feeling good, looking good with Venus in your first house. But going over Pluto is that there are changes happening with values for all of us, and again, more changes with yourself. So being open to that, but again, not as deeply as I think it has been. Now, Venus also rules your sixth house of your work and your daily activities, so being open to changing your perspective on those, maybe your self-improvement over the weekend, making change there, as well as maybe even making change with whatever it is you feel like might be a hope or a wish or a dream for the future, or anything that might be group-related. So that's going to be probably the strongest energy of the weekend. But with that, we do have, of course, that Venus squaring up to Uranus. So if you do feel that, wanting to break free kind of energy, again, with Uranus here, maybe with the home, family, roots, your health, your emotions, just take it nice and slow and grounded. And I think it could be actually a good weekend for mixing up that routine, trying new things, and thinking outside the box in that slow and steady way. Now, the Sun will be squaring up to Mars, so there is this frustration maybe over the weekend. There's a lot of changes, there's a lot of transformation happening in here. With this focus that you have with your values or your things that are materially important to you in life, just being patient with these things, enjoying things one step at a time, and anything you might be involved with groups or friends or these hopes and wishes over the weekend, just taking it slow, integrating that, and through that, I think it can be very constructive. Now, the sun does sextile up to Uranus, so that's quite easy. That's quite nice to have that with these other aspects going on. And you could be seeing perhaps new opportunities, which could be quite good involving these values. Now, Mercury does trine up to that Jupiter North Node conjunction, so you guys could be feeling quite communicative this weekend with Mercury trining up to your ruler. And a lot of this is from a lot of the changes that have been happening, which are now directly supporting this new life path for you, which I think you've already been focused on for the past 6 months of cultivating that future, seeing what's possible, opening your horizons. But that's really becoming a reality, or at least can be, through action with the North Node in that 9th. And I think it's an excellent week for more action to cultivate these future possibilities this weekend. All right, Sagittarius, so have a great week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.